Let's say there is this cafeteria which is one of your favorite cafeterias and you go there quite often with your friends, families and cousins, right? One fine day you get to know that the owner of the cafeteria never eats there. And he sits there at the counter managing the cash, managing the operations of the cafeteria. He is there always, but he never eats there. Now, wouldn't that make you a little uncomfortable? That why is he not eating anything in his own cafeteria? Is there some hygiene issue in the kitchen, or maybe there is some other issue which I should know as a customer, right? And you may stop going to that cafeteria the day you get to know about this, right? Now, how is this related to your mutual funds? Number one. Number two, how can the new law by SEBI become a game changer for the mutual fund industry? Let's check it out in this video. Hello investors and welcome to yet another video. Before I delve deeper into this topic, that whether your fund manager is investing in his own money in the funds he or she is managing, let's understand a few important points around this. Number one, who is a fund manager? He or she is the topmost person of a mutual fund scheme. Now, whichever mutual fund scheme you're investing into, you can simply go on Google and find out that who is the fund manager who is managing that scheme. And he or she is the person who is the topmost authority of that mutual fund scheme. He will take the final call which stocks to invest into, how much proportion, like what is allocation, when to buy, when to sell, what to buy, what to sell, right? And this is their full-time job. Day in, day out, they are supposed to do the research and find out a set of companies which are expected to do well so that you and I can make money and grow our investments, right? So that's the role of a fund manager, right? Now the question is that person investing his own money in the funds, in the fund or the scheme which he or she is managing? Now, few questions you might have before this is, number one, are they even allowed to invest in their own scheme? The answer is yes, they are allowed to invest. In fact, this is called skin in the game. Across the world, the skin in the game is considered as a gold standard in the financial services industry. What is skin in the game? Let's say I'm managing a fund. I have my investors who are looking at that portfolio and they are investing through with me in a set of stocks. Now, if I have my own investments into that set of stocks, into that portfolio, that's called having skin in the game. That's called having my own stake, right? Now, how does it make a difference? It clearly makes a lot of difference to the investor. Why? Because if the portfolio is not performing, let's say even in a longer term, it will pinch me as well. Yeah, because it's my hard-earned money as well. My investments and my future financial goals are also linked to this portfolio. So I will do my best to the best of my capability to choose the right set of stocks so that I can generate money for myself. Forget about anyone else, right? So having skin in the game does make a difference to the way I will operate, the way I will do this job of managing a fund, right? So number one, they can invest. There is no law which is against that. And second, it is important. It's like a gold standard across the financial industry. Second question you might have is, what if they don't have enough savings and income that they can invest that money? So we can't judge them, why aren't you investing? Maybe they have some huge liabilities. Maybe they are not able to invest because the salaries are not up to the mark. So to answer that, take a wild guess. What is the package of a fund manager in India, of the topmost guy of a mutual fund scheme on an annual basis? What is their CTC? What is their cost to company? Pause this video before you go ahead. Pause this video and write in the comment box, what do you think is the complete package of a fund manager in India? Includes the basic pay, the commissions, the bonuses, whatever it could be, under whatever head it is coming into. What do you think is the total package of a fund manager per annum income of a fund manager in India? Pause this video right now, write the comment and then come back. Alright, I hope you wrote your view on that. Now, the answer to this question is, it is anywhere between 2 CR to 10 CR. 2 crore rupees to 10 crore rupees is the range where most of the fund managers fall into. This is the annual income they are making, right? There can be cases where there are few fund managers who are making more than 10 CR, and there can be cases where few fund managers who are new to the industry, who have just started their career as fund managers, it could be below 2 CR as well, right? But as these new fund managers gain some experience, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, they'll also move in the 2 CR plus bracket. Right? Now, why am I telling you all this? It's not to judge them in terms of, they're getting highly paid or they should not be paid that much. I'm sure they deserve that. That's why they're getting that. But the point here is what we were discussing a while back. Do they even have enough income to save and to invest their hard-earned money? So I believe looking at this kind of a package, I don't think so this excuse is valid or relevant for anyone to make that the fund manager is not having enough surplus or cash flow to invest the money in the schemes which they are managing, right? So we are sorted with this thing for sure. Now, how do you check that whether the fund manager is investing his own money in the scheme and how much is he or she investing? There is something called Scheme Information Document, SID. This is published by every mutual fund scheme twice a year. Once it is published sometime in March and April, or maybe May if it is a little delayed, and second it is published somewhere in October, November, and for I'm shooting this in December month, so we have got the SID for almost all the mutual fund schemes, which is the latest data as on 30th September, that what is the investment done by these fund managers in their particular scheme. Now to understand it further, how to look at this SID, how to fetch this information, let's check a couple of examples. Before we proceed to the video, a quick announcement on the winner of the last week's quiz. We are displaying the name on the screen here, and plus the name is also there in the description box. Congratulations to you. You must have received an email from my team asking for further details so that we can deliver the book to your place. Congratulations once again. And for others, we again have another quiz in the description box below. Please click on the link, fill in your details, answer the questions. All those people who get all the answers right will pull out the list, choose any one of them, and you will get one book delivered to your doorstep. And as always, this link is active for next 72 hours from the time we upload this video. So if you are watching this video after that, you will not find the links, and this announcement is not relevant for you. Let's get back to the video. Okay, let's look at this scheme called Edelweiss Large Cap Mutual Fund Scheme. I'll just go to Edelweiss Mutual Fund Company's website. Here we go, edelweissmutualfund.com, and I go down. I mean, every website will have a different interface. For example, for this one, they have in the download section something called Scheme Information Document. You click on that. Then you go down, you look at all these options. You click on equity because we are looking at an equity scheme. And here you get Edelweiss Large Cap Fund. Click on this. Now look at this. Just verify it is the same fund you're looking at, Edelweiss Large Cap Fund, and this is Scheme Information Document. Now look for this keyword called aggregate. You'll find a few instances of this. Just keep on clicking enter, and you will reach a table where you will get the desired information. Look at this. As on 30th September 2021, this is the total investment by 3 categories of people put together. One is AMC's board of directors. What is AMC? The asset management company. Is another technical. It's just a technical name for mutual fund company. Then we have fund managers of the scheme. Now we can have more than one fund manager also. This information is for all the fund managers put together. It could be 1, it could be 2. Mostly it is 1 or maybe it's 2. And there is something called other key personnel. This is nothing but the senior management of the company. So all these 3 people put together have invested only 21,309 rupees in this scheme. Now that's, I mean, we all have just discussed, just looked at the kind of packages they have got, the kind of income they have got. This is like almost like negligible, right? I'm wondering why are they even investing in this kind of money, right? Now let's look at one more scheme. It is called Edelweiss Mid Cap Fund. Same AMC, another scheme. Again, I'll do the same thing. I'll look for the keyword aggregate and look at this. Again, as on 30th September, this is 23.97 lakhs, almost 24 lakhs. This is 4.9 CR. This is 5.1 CR. So this put together is around 10 CR, 10 crore plus of investment done by all these 3 categories of people put together. Now, why are we looking at the other 2 people? One was board of directors we saw, the other we saw was key personnel or other key personnel, right? Please understand, these two set of people are also important for the AMC or for the scheme, because they are the ones, at least few of them are the ones who hire the fund manager. So if they have their own money, their own stake in the game, they will not hire just anyone. They will do their due diligence, they will do their hard work to hire the right person and keep a close watch on the performance. So it's good to look in the whole sum, how much is all the three set of people put together are investing in a particular scheme, right? So you saw the difference between the two. Edelweiss large cap fund, it was hardly 21,000 rupees. That's like not even counted, it's like a token money. And the other place we saw Edelweiss mid cap fund, which had more than 10 CR of investment by all the three category of people of the management and the fund manager put together, right? Now, don't take this as the only parameter to look at. It is definitely a very important parameter, that how much are they investing, but this is not the only parameter to select or reject a scheme. Why? Understand, when you are selecting a mutual fund scheme or when you are judging the performance of a fund manager, there are two things which are important. Number one, integrity. Number two, capability. And these are two different things. Don't mix them up. By integrity, I mean how much are they putting their own stake. So that from that angle, I can say that there is some integrity there, right? At the other end, there is something called capability. So they might well have a very good integrity. They have a good stake in the scheme, but are they also capable at the same time to give you returns? Don't mix them up. They are two different things. So there can be cases where the fund managers have invested a huge amount from their pocket in the scheme, but still the scheme is not performing, right? So they will lose their money and they will make us lose our money as well. So again, my point in this is an important parameter to look at, but this is one of the parameters, not the only parameter to select or even reject a scheme. Yeah, maybe I can reject a scheme for sure because I am not comfortable where the fund manager investment is almost nil or negligible, but definitely I will not take it as a selection parameter, the only parameter to look at. Another point I want to make here, this parameter of looking at the fund manager investment is not relevant for two categories of the mutual fund schemes. Number one, index funds. Now please understand what is an index fund. It is a fund where a manager is copying the index stocks as it is. For example, Nifty fund or Sensex fund, they're just copying the same stocks which are there in the Nifty and the Sensex index. So there is no capability of fund manager here. I mean, I'm not judging the integrity of fund manager here. Why? Because he is copying something as it is. He or she is not supposed to show his or her capability here, right? In the actively managed category where they are choosing the stocks, they're doing the research, I definitely want them to have conviction in their own research. Yeah, they're doing this day in, day out, and if they don't have conviction in their own research, they will not put their money. So that shows up in this information of how much are they investing. But when it comes to index fund, this is irrelevant because this is not where they are showcasing their performance. They're just copy pasting. Yeah. In fact, having a fund manager for an index fund is like just having a tag. You don't even need a fund manager ideally if you think about it. Next category, ELSS, equity linked saving schemes. Another technical word for tax saving mutual fund schemes. Now again, please understand the purpose of this. The purpose of ELSS schemes is to save that ATC deduction, right? To get that ATC deduction of up to 1.5 lakhs, right? So the purpose is totally different. So you can't expect a fund manager to invest his money in ELSS schemes because they might be fulfilling this deduction parameter in some other investment. For example, they are in the job and they're getting PF. So PF is also a part of ATC deduction. So they are already, I'm sure, given their package, their PF amount is too large that they are investing lot more than 1.5 lakhs in that given year, and that is fulfilling their requirement of ATC. So we can't expect them to invest in ELSS funds, right? So these two categories, you can ignore this parameter of looking at fund manager investment. Now coming to this new law by SEBI, which was introduced in this calendar year 2021, somewhere in April they announced this, and the implementation has started from 1st October in the phased manner. What is this law? SEBI has said that all the fund managers and other key personnel, board of directors and other important people in the organization, in the AMC or in the mutual fund company, 20% of their salary has to be in the form of the units of the schemes which they are managing. For example, a fund manager has got 5 CR of total package, right? 20% of 5 CR is how much? 1 crore rupees. So 1 crore rupees will now be invested in the schemes which they are managing, and that will be allocated to them. Remaining 4 CR they will get the way they were getting the amount in their bank account, right? And this is definitely a significant amount, 20% of that. Now the second concern could be, what if they sell these units? Next day they can sell it and they can get the money in their bank account. The SEBI has plugged this loophole. For next 3 years, this amount, this investment is locked in. There's a lock-in period of 3 years, so they can't exit for next 3 years. So this law, in my opinion, can be a big game changer for the mutual fund industry for quite a few reasons. Number one, now this is like a mandatory skin in the game. Every mutual fund manager need to have the skin in the game. Without that, they just cannot be there in this job, right? Now, different experts have different opinions. There are AMCs negotiating with SEBI, and all those kind of news is also coming for last few weeks. The good part is, the kind of objections they are making is that the number of active schemes might go down. I am saying that's a good news. Why do we need hundreds of actively managed mutual fund schemes? We need schemes which can really perform, and my hard-earned money can give me the return I am looking for. Right? I am not looking for hundreds and thousands of options. I am looking for good options. Right? So if this reduces the number of actively managed schemes in the market, it's a good news for the investor community. Number two, they are saying a lot of fund managers might move out of job. Again, a good news. Let them. People, the managers who are not confident on their own research, we don't want them to manage our money. A lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them were not investing any money or hardly any money, and they were like gaining experience on other people's money. They were building their resume, they're building their experience on other people's money and getting their increments and bonus and promotion, and they're moving on, right? That will stop happening now. So they will remain in this high paying job, good paying job, only when they have confidence on their own research and they can put in their stake. They have no choice but to put in their stake. So the net result of this new reform by SEBI could be that the number of fund managers or number of actively managed schemes can reduce, but at the same time, the chances of getting a little higher returns in the mutual fund space becomes pretty good. Plus, the number of schemes which will not perform will also go down. Yeah, because everyone has skin in the game, so they will do their best to achieve those results. Right? So it's definitely a very good news for the mutual fund industry and for the mutual fund investors as a whole. That's all for today. I hope this video added value to you. Please write your comments below. What more would you like to hear from us? And if you like this video, if you got value, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share it in your circle. Thank you so much, and see you next week.